Welcome again to another tutorial. This time I forgot to say hello. Yeah. This time I will show how one can actually repair the shutter curtain in old Leica 3F with some liquid rubber. And one maybe think, okay, you can just change the curtain. Well, yeah, if I could get some, but there's another solution. So if one can get the real shutter curtain somewhere on the internet, I don't know, but I have tried this in a few cameras with good luck. But as you can see, the shutter curtain here is a bit, one would say, worn out. Not really, but of course it's old. But there is some like streak on the film, so it's not really good. So I have disassembled the housing here and look on the back of the curtain and found out that some liquid rubber would be fine. But we need some tool, a flathead screwdriver, something like 2.5 millimeter, maybe 3 millimeter or so. The tip has to be really thin because the screw head here are actually not that big. I mean the notch on the screw head is not that big. Even the one here on the front. So all screws we need to take off is actually 2, 4 and 2 on the back. So everything 6, then the housing can come off. A dentist tool with a spade is very handy for this purpose, and because I have soft corners. A tweezer is also very handy, and of course the liquid rubber. I buy it in pandurohobby.com, where this is a pop-up liner, black, and is really black, and it will dry in 6 hours, and the paint, well, kind of expand when ironed with an ironing cloth from the front in 15 to 30 seconds on the cotton setting, but it works actually pretty good. I mean, I do not have to ironing the curtain here, so but it will just dry itself and make the curtain actually light tight. What could one said? I mean, they will not come like through the curtain. But let's jump into it. There are 2 screws on the front. This camera is without the self timer, which some of those cameras have. But so just need to have a good grip on the screw head, because maybe some of those screws are a bit rusty, like those. And be sure you have the screw in the screw head so it not slip. Now all 4 screws are the same on the front and the back, so there should not be any problem. I have grind the screwdriver so it fits a bit tight on the screw, so it's good, because then I can just draw the screwdriver out without any damage. So when all 6 screws are out, it's possible to just have a good grip here and then push the internal part out. But before doing so, I mean if we set it on T, one can see the pressure plate down here. And if I just draw the housing off, I could damage or make scratch on the plate, the pressure plate. So it's very handy to just take some piece of thin plastic, is from a cover or something, and slide it in here. So it's actually protect the pressure plate. One can push on the pressure plate, so, and then it should be quite easy to just push out without any damage. One can push on the pressure plate here and make it easier to just draw the parts out. I mean, when it's almost out, then you have to press here and then slide it out. So it is. That's it. Remember, when taking off the pressure plate here, there are 2 springs, leaf springs here on the back, and this has to sit there again. And remember how this plate is facing. Has to face like this and not this. So only this. Be careful of that. So there are some old scratch from long time ago. So put it aside, and now the more interesting part. You see, I just put it on T so I could work with the camera, but I can just close the curtain and set it to something like, doesn't matter what it is, could be 1 second. But look here in the back. I mean, the curtain actually works pretty good. But if I take a torch, a strong torch, and look, I mean, like through the curtain, and I mean the lens, from the lens mount, you could see some light strikes. So I just black out here almost and draw the curtain out as it should be. So see, there are some, just a few, but now the what I will show is I use the pop-up liner here as a liquid rubber something, and just make a test here, and it actually works pretty good. So I think, okay, making a film, how it could be when it's when I've done the rest of it, just to show how you could solve a problem with the curtain. So it's just a advice one could use, and if they do not have any other possibilities. So the only thing I do is actually shake it well before use. And it's good, it has a very fine tip. So I could just add a little here. A few drops. And just for make it even better, just do some here on the back and up here. So that's it. And then use the dentist tool with the spade to spread the rubber here. And I mean, it will be flexible when it dries out. And I mean, I've done it with some cameras and all with good success. So one could maybe use a brush to spread it, but I think then this one it actually works pretty good. This liquid rubber is non-toxic, so and it's really good to work with. So, and it will just dry. It will not take that long. And then it's actually working. If it missed some points, well, you can just do it again. No problem with that. It's an easy repair, and I mean the full repair would have to get another curtain and simply disassemble the full shutter with all the I mean, you have to take out the springs on each, the first and second curtain in here. So one should take off the front here, and then you have full access to the curtains in here. And I mean, it's only the one curtain that is not really good, but still it works pretty good. I mean, I have good success with that. So that's actually that, and then it will dry. We could actually black out the light and see how it looks. It's not dried yet, but this part that were like streaks, it should be okay now. It'll dry pretty fast, so have a blackout and let's see what's going on. I mean, with full light, it's not possible to see any, and there's full light on. So there is, if I look here, the shiny stuff you can see is actually the rubber that is not dried out yet, but it will dry out and be absolutely matte when it's done. So for now it looks pretty good. You can just make a short test on put it to something like there. And we could just wind it up a little. And there is, even if I move the torch, there will be no leak at all. So I would guess this stuff really works pretty good. So I don't know if they have a number. Probably that one, 20081, or maybe on the barcode here. I don't know yet. So, but it works pretty good. So yeah. So for me, there is only to disassemble. I mean, assemble the, put the on T, and simply put the, come on, of course it has to stay on 25, something like there, and then click and the shutter is open. Now then I can just put it back in to the housing here, and then be sure the pressure plate is correct in place, and then put the camera into the housing. There it is, and then click, then just draw the plastic out. Quite easy. Now the all of the screws goes in here again, and then it's actually done. I mean, it's the quick repair, and in those cameras I have done this. I have used them, and they still is going on. So I would guess this camera also will go on. So, and this one here, and on the back here. Well, that's actually that for now. And so it's actually back to work again. And one can just wind the shutter up, put it onto something like 1 second or whatever it is, and then get it to work done again. So if you can use the information, so I would be happy, and you maybe also be happy. So bye bye, see you in another film. Hey again. This is just a quick update of the repair, the shutter curtain in Leica 3F with the liquid rubber. So update. Yeah. I found out this has dried out overnight, and it seems to work very good. There is no leak, except I have just a spot down here which which was not fully covered, so there's a tiny hole. And also here on the thread, there's only one point here, which was there was a leak, so I have to cover that too. But this one, which I already have done with the this pop-up liner, actually works pretty good, and it is really flexible enough that it just works perfect. Another thing I found out with the strong flashlight, there is some leak here, just a tiny, because it was the old, probably rubber or something, that has coated the curtain here. I don't know actually what it is, but I would guess some kind of rubber which is flexible enough to get around the rollers in here and on the drum itself. So the only thing I need to do is simply just to cover that tiny little hole, and for that I will use my dentist spade and then add just a tiny drop. It shouldn't be that much, but and so put it in there and then move it around. That should really make it. The point with this liquid rubber is that it's really flexible enough. It's not just like painting. So then I will also do the sewing thread and make that light, seal it. Also another good thing with this thing, it is thin enough so it will simply just suck into all the holes and then make it light, seal it. Interesting stuff, this one. So this is actually a very easy way of, oh sorry, out of frame. As you can see, I put it on the thread here and just use a spade to just add it to the curtain. And simply because the thread that holds the curtain together on this place, just like on the other curtain, is not really a problem. It was only this one here which was a tiny problem, and it seems to work very good. So this is just an easy way of fixing an old curtain, no matter what camera it is. And it will dry out very quickly. and so also the other. Those spots over here where there was something. And just use the spread to simply the spade to spread the floodium. One have to take care of there's no bubbles and so on. And another good thing, this pop-up liner is actually very cheap. So you probably can get them in some of those shops where you can get creative stuff. You probably can find them in many cities. So and then it just needs to dry for some hours before it is really good. And then this camera is back on track. I mean, in Leica factory they would just change the curtain, but who has just a curtain and I mean, who would just send it to Leica for fixing it? It would probably cost a lot of money. So this is an easy fix. So that's actually that. And it's just flexible enough for get this camera back to work. So that was actually just a quick update on this camera. So hope you can use the info, and yeah, of course there will be more films about some stuff, camera stuff, lenses and so on. So bye bye.